If you look around, you'll find humans are everywhere, but it takes a complex system to keep your body's homeostasis. Speaking of homeostasis, what exactly is homeostasis? Homeostasis keeps the body's physical and chemical conditions constant. Feedback inhibition is also closely tied to homeostasis. Feedback inhibition allows the body's systems to be stable by sometimes performing the opposite of what the stimulus says. This is good if the stimulus would make something happen that would be detrimental to the body. Homeostasis is achieved through regulation, nutrient absorption, reproduction, and defense. Let's dive deeper into these systems that keep homeostasis. But first, let's describe some of the tissues that make up the organs in the organ systems. Epithelial tissue lines the surface of the body, interior and exterior, to protect the other organs and tissues and absorb some nutrients. Connective tissue provides support to the body and connects parts together. It also creates collagen. Nervous tissue carries nerve impulses, such as neurons, around the body. Muscle tissue is in charge of movement, so some that you can control and others that you cannot. There's a lot of tissue in the body, but they all play important parts. Now on to the organ systems, starting with the digestive system. The main objective of the digestive system is to convert food into energy used by cells. There are 4 phases: ingestion, where the food enters the body; digestion, where the food is broken down mechanically via the mouth and chemically via enzymes; then absorption, where nutrients from food are absorbed as they go through the small intestine by villi, which are like your hands at that all-you-can-eat buffet. Next, the large intestine absorbs water. Final stage, elimination, where the body says au revoir to that waste in the form of feces. The digestive system allows you to get many important nutrients into your body. Next system, the excretory system. This is basically the waste management of the body. Your body, believe it or not, is creating chemicals every day that can be deadly if they aren't disposed of. Well, they are disposed of through the skin, lungs, liver, and most of all the kidneys. The kidneys remove water, urea, and salt from the blood during filtration, where the blood goes into a dense area of capillaries and is filtered through. The body reabsorbs some nutrients, but then it's on to excretion, where the urine stored in the bladder is removed through the urethra. Au revoir to that waste. Next system, the circulatory system. Here, oxygen is transported around the body to whomever needs it. Contraction is when the heart sends the blood, some sort of nutrients, others awaiting nutrients, on its way to deliver or gain what is required. The heart contracts 72 times per minute. That blood goes around the body, giving nutrients to all areas, like your friendly neighborhood milkman. Next system, the lymphatic system. Some blood cells move into fluid in between cells from capillary walls. This is called lymph, and the lymphatic system is in charge of collecting that lymph, screening it, and returning it to the circulatory system. It's like a hall monitor, finding kids in the hallway and then returning them to class. There are special capillaries called lymphatic capillaries in charge of collecting that lymph and bringing it to the lymph vessels. The lymph is dumped back into the circulatory system at your shoulders. Yes, your shoulders. Disease can cause buildup of lymph in the tissue, which is not good at all. The lymphatic system also collects nutrients as it travels. Next system, respiratory. First, take a deep breath. This isn't meditation, but the first step of the respiratory system. It takes in oxygen from your inhales. Now take a deep breath out. Again, not meditation, but the final step of the respiratory system, releasing carbon dioxide. Air enters the system and is filtered and warmed and then follows the throat to the trachea. The epiglottis makes sure no food gets into the lungs and opens for air only. The air travels to the lungs in bronchi, which keep dividing into the alveoli, where tiny air sacs are reached. Now we are at the stage of gas exchange and transport. Oxygen goes through the capillary walls and into the blood, but that's only one way for the blood to get oxygen. Hemoglobin cells can actually take the oxygen and can carry more, but most enters the blood just from dissolving and then is brought around the body. Next system, the nervous system. If we had to pick a mastermind of the body systems, it would be the nervous system. It collects information from the environment in and outside the body, and then takes that information to send signals around the body so that the body can respond appropriately. The spinal cord and the brain are part of the nervous system, called the central nervous system. So are neurons, which can be sensory, motor, or interneurons. Sensory neurons take signals from organs that are in control of the 5 senses to the central nervous system. Motor neurons take signals to glands and muscles, and interneurons process all the information the other neurons are transporting. Next system, the skeletal system. You guessed it, it includes the skeleton that protects organs and helps support the shape of the body, but it also helps movement, keeps nutrients, and is where blood cells are formed. Bones, which make up the skeletons, are tissues. Nerves and blood vessels are in the bones as well. And in the middle of the bones is bone marrow, which holds different types of cells depending on what type of bone marrow it has. Joints are also in the skeletal system and helps bone move without causing damage. Moving would be quite hard and painful without joints. Next system, the muscular system. This system is made of 3 types of muscles: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Skeletal muscles assist in movement that you can control. These muscles are called striated because their cells have light and dark stripes in them called striations. Smooth muscle is not striated and helps movements that you don't control. They also form boundaries with the stomach, blood vessels, and intestines. Cardiac muscle is close to my heart. Literally, it makes up my heart. And like skeletal muscles, it is striated. Next system, the integumentary system. Yes, it's a long name, but it's important. It's essential in keeping your body's immunity, meaning ability to resist disease. The system is a barricade against infection and helps with other tasks: maintaining temperature, gathering info, removing waste, all that good stuff. The skin is part of this system, and so is hair and nails. The system is your first defense against evil diseases and such. Next system, the endocrine system. When you think endocrine, think hormones. Glands in this system release hormones that control other organs. The main gland is the pituitary gland, as it releases hormones that control the other glands in the endocrine system. Hormones are split into 2 groups, steroid and non-steroid, but both bind to special chemical receptors. The hormone must have this special receptor to bind to, or it will have no effect whatsoever. And now the final system, reproductive. We would be nowhere without this system because it's how we all came to be. This system is different depending on your sex, but so complex altogether that we just don't have time to discuss it all. Basic points, however, that the males produce sperm and the females produce eggs. Fully functioning reproductive system for the males means they can produce and release sperm, and for females it means that eggs can be produced so that an embryo can eventually be supported. Wow, our bodies are quite complex, and so much of these systems are inside our bodies and happening right now that we just can't see. I guess it is what's inside that matters after all. That's all for today. The sources I used to make this video are right here, and have a wonderful day.